It looked like the team lacked the dynamism, the same level of creativity that exhibited at home of late. What that down to?
Yeah, I'd agree with you. I think the dynamism, easy for me to say, wasn't there today. Just the physicality, the energy was missing in our performance, and the difficult thing to sort of take from that is we obviously rotated the team a lot in midweek for freshness in the players, so that didn't seem to be there. So yeah, hugely frustrating for us. That was a poor performance. We're tried to be very open and honest with how we play, and yeah, we weren't ourselves today.
Thank you. Got it, Dominic, and then it's George, please. Dom.
Is it a mentality issue?
I don't. No, I don't think so. I mean, obviously the numbers aren't good, in terms of our away form recently. So it'd be foolish for me to sort of dismiss that outright. I think we've got very, very good group of professionals who care deeply and want to do well. But certainly we haven't replicated our home form away. We haven't got the points that we've got at home. But I think some of the performances have been very good. We just didn't turn those really good performances into wins. Today was a sort of a dip in terms of performance, and as I say, that's the worst we've played during that run of games that we haven't won, and certainly a period of reflection, I think, for us is important.
3 changes to break, so often you see you do that. Does that show just how happy you were?
Yeah, I was really disappointed with the first half. I mean, it started so well. We scored early, and you thought we could really grab hold of the game from that moment, but we didn't. We let it slip away, and the longer that half went on, the more frustrated I was with our performance, and we were unrecognisable, I think, in certain aspects of our game. So I made the change to try and bring some energy and different dynamic to the team, a different feeling, a different relationships on the pitch. I thought we were better in the second half. I don't think we were particularly great, though. Hence why we didn't get back in the game.
Thanks, Tom. George, Jordan, and then Lee, please.
No, George.
It's a bit kind of cliche, but that didn't really look like an Eddie Howe team out there. Are you angry about that?
Yeah, no, I agree with your assessment. I don't think it looked like, forget sort of my name, it didn't look like a Newcastle team that we've seen in recent seasons. I think the body language, the collective spirit on the pitch, loads of little things that contribute to our performance wasn't there. I don't think that was tactical. I don't think that was necessarily technical. It was a byproduct of us just not being where we needed to be mentally. And we did a lot of work with the players in between the last game to this, so it's a difficult one to work out right now, but we'll go away and try and learn from today, because I think it's hopefully a turning point we can use for our advantage.
You took off some big players at half time as well. You didn't sort of reputational based thing, but you could have chosen any really.
Yeah, well, that was a frustrating thing about the first half. I almost could have taken anyone off, and I think that was a reflection of where we were in that moment in the game, and it's very, very rare for me to feel that way. In fact, I don't think I have since I've been manager of Newcastle. So I felt the team needed some shaking up at half-time. That's why I did what I did.
Thanks, George. Jordan?
A lack of effort isn't usually something to be angry at your players, but was that one short today, perhaps?
A lack of effort, I don't know. I wouldn't go there right now. I wouldn't say that. I think, as I said, I didn't like the body language of the group, but that can manifest its outcome in many different ways, fatigue, whatever. And I know, look, as I said, I've rested a lot of players in midweek to try and give them fresh energy, but sometimes it can just be the routine of preparing for another game can catch up with you. And I don't want to sort of look like I'm looking for excuses. I'm just trying to myself figure out what happened today. So it's never one thing. There's always a combination of factors. But certainly I'd never accuse my players of lacking effort. They're too good at professionals for that.
With 3 straight wins, obviously the changes midweek, are you surprised by that performance?
Yeah, as I say, the changes in midweek were in line to try and give us energy, especially not just the next game, but the games after, because we've said many times it's very difficult to play the same players with the schedule that we have. But sometimes that disrupts rhythm, and sometimes that makes the week difficult to manage. All sorts of things that we need to look back on.
How big of a miss was Kieran Trippier that day, because I think he ended up playing 4 right backs in that second half, which kind of shows that he didn't really have anyone to fill.
Yeah, we were looking for a solution to try and make the team perform better in that position, and we knew going into the game it wouldn't be easy because Kieran's got such brilliant strengths that when he's missing, we miss them, and he would have helped us today, but he wasn't here, and we needed to find a different way. Of course, we're missing Tino as well, so 2 big players. So yeah, that's why I did what I did.
Go to Lee, Dom, Skur, and then Charlie, please.
What do you want to see from the players coming in tomorrow? Do you want to see sort of smiling faces, or do you want to see a more serious tone from the players going into another tough game?
Well, I think however their face is when they come in, I want to see a response, and I want to see an honesty, because that's what we've built all our success on, is that quality, really, an honesty in terms of what they've delivered in this game, and then an honesty to go and try and put it right if it's not to the level that they want it to be. So we'll work together in that, and it's really important that we don't overreact to one performance, but I think it's also very important that we're honest with each other.
And do you feel like there is total focus behind the scenes? We've seen a lot of videos on Snapchat from Will Asula, everyone sort of laughing and joking in the build-up of this game, but that didn't seem to transfer on the pitch today. There was some dejected faces.
Yeah, I'm unaware of that. I don't look into that sort of area, but no, I saw the focus before the game. I didn't see this coming in terms of our performance, which makes it harder to read, because sometimes you can have a feeling going into a game that you're not quite where you need to be, but I didn't have that. I thought we were ready to perform.
Just the final one, really tough weekend. The fans coming down, horrific scenes yesterday. What's your reflections been on that, looking at the news in the last 24 hours?
Yeah, I mean, I know it's been very, very difficult for them, and I really feel for them in so many different ways that we weren't able to give them a performance that justified that journey. I hope everyone gets back safely, and we're determined to try and put that right.
Dominic?
Eddie, you've touched on it a few times in terms of performance levels today, but how does a team go from putting in probably your best performance of the season on Wednesday to, as you've said yourself, your worst today?
Well, that's football, and that's why the game is so fascinating, but so elusive at the same time. You know, you're always trying to catch the sweet spot. From my position, you're hoping the players are ready to perform, and you can never figure it out. You can never think that you've got all the answers. It's such a game that can, twist and turn and change so quickly. So for us, it's changed negatively in a very quick time, and now we've got to turn it back and flip it back the other way in a very quick time.
Lewis Hall was back in the squad today, didn't get on the pitch, obviously.
Yeah, I was very reluctant to put him on. I mean, we had no other senior professionals to put on the bench today. If we did, then he wouldn't have been on there. But he's done one training session with us, and I don't want to push him too early.
Is Kieran Trippier okay for Wednesday?
Yeah, we'll wait and see.
Charlie?
Eddie, are you worried about your league position at all? I mean, you're obviously doing really well in Champions League, but is there a danger where if you sort of remain consistent, all of a sudden you might sort of fall away from sort of the top 4 or 5?
Yes, I think it's of course it's a concern when you're not where you want to be, because you're always sort of in a position where you're chasing results, and I feel that's where we are at the moment. We haven't hit our rhythm in the Premier League, not consistently. We've had some highs. Certainly today's a low. We're searching for that consistency that you need, but when we're going from competition to competition, of course, the focus changes very quickly, and you don't have long to get back into Premier League mode. So that's a challenge that we have to adapt to better.
Thanks, Charlie. Kieran to finish, please.
Did you call back with the players after the game?
Did I?
Call back, is it time for emotion to kind of show how we're
I'm always very honest with the players. I believe in honesty, whether that's positive or negative. So I was very honest, and I always tried to be fair. And yeah, now the key thing will be everyone's reaction.
Given the issues West Ham have had, how long it's been since they won here at home, get an early goal, how frustrating is it then kind of push on?
Yeah, and I felt the opportunity there was for us. It was there for us to kick on and to grab that game, especially after the goal, as you say. But we didn't do that.
Thanks, everyone.